Welcome, my name is King Isaac 171 and this is my channel. Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another Civilization 5 game, or not Civ 5, Age of Empires 2 HD Edition. I am playing as the Teutons, or the Teutons, depends on who you are, and so I'm playing against an AI. And I don't play against computers very often. I tend to play against my cousin and my brother, and so I know how to beat humans, but not AIs. So this is my first AI I've been battling in a long time, actually. Don't know how well it's gonna work out, or I know how well it worked out, but I didn't know at the time how it would do, especially because the AI is beating me at this point. Um, Yeah, it's the first game I played against AI in a while. It's also the first game on this map. It's Dark Forest. I haven't played on this map in half a year or so, so I don't play on this map very often either. And so I'm going through this map. I'm going to show you guys what I did. Interestingly enough, I'm not really doing anything economy-wise. I'm just slowly building up more and more villagers and stuff like that. Otherwise, I'll probably follow the scout cav around quite a bit, because it's what I actually follow around for a while. I start really by getting some wood production going, but we'll see how this goes, because I am the Teutons, and my opponents are the Huns or the Goths or something like that. Pretty sure he's the Huns. Let's check. Yeah, he's the Huns. So he hasn't really been doing anything either, to be honest. Got a bit of wood, he's got less than I do at this point. I'd say I'm winning. I mean, he's got higher economy, but I'd say I'm doing better as an overall at this point. I mean, I could take Fog of War off, but where's the fun in that, eh? So this game, I did the opposite as I normally do. Normally I go more for the food, but I realized that I have a hard time getting enough wood, so I decided that I would stick to getting as much wood as possible right off the bat, because that's a necessity for me anyway. And I collect the sheep, which is kind of amusing because I don't use sheep, to be honest. So I have 6 sheep right here right now, just chilling. I'll have more before it's done as well, amusingly. Now, I've got my barracks. I built this just in case I got attacked early on, because sometimes the AIs rush you. I've noticed that usually the AI is very symmetrical and does the same thing. Sometimes I found, however, it does do random things that I do not expect, so I built barracks for that, just in case that happened. Because that way, let's say their scout cab comes in, I can build a bunch of militia really quick and kill it, and if I can't kill it really quick like that, I can always march them off to find its base and attack it, because you got a bunch of militias, you got a bunch of troops that he doesn't have, which will support you. And I started building a farm. It wasn't really necessary at this point. I think it would have been wiser to get more foragers and get some shepherds going. I decided against that at this point, however, because I wanted to have one person working on this. It's just, my farm's relatively cheap and I just want it to be working. So I got my scout cav here and he's still exploring. I wonder if I can, oh, I can set him as a number. Ha, that's nice. So I have him running around exploring this place. I'm going to the fuel age at this point because I have enough resources. I built more villagers than I normally do. Normally I build 10 villagers. I built more than that. Interestingly, I did find a scout cav up here. Just popped by for a short bit and then disappeared again. Otherwise, I got my scout calves still roaming around up here trying to find stuff for me. Let's go check on Belle of the Hun. So the Hun's doing a little bit worse than me at this point, but it's very close. He's got a stables. I don't. He was in the feudal age before I was. He's also going to the castle age when I was going into the feudal age, which I think is interesting. So he's ahead of me score-wise in theory due to him going to the castle age, but he doesn't have near as many workers. He doesn't have near as much of anything really because he just jumps from point A to point B. You can see where his scout cav is roaming around. He captured my sheep, as you can tell, as much as my sheep just walked off. And then pretty soon afterwards, they'll all be captured again. So it should be captured right around there. Yeah. So I don't think he ever winds up spotting this over here for some reason, but yeah, I'll go back to myself. So I'm doing better than him by a bit. Now he's going to be in the castle age soon, and I am nowhere near the castle age, just due to how I play. So I got my scout cav all the way up here at the top for some reason. I think he ran out of. I sent him up north just because I thought, hey, maybe they're up here. Didn't find him, so I'm sending him back because there's no reason for him to be there. Otherwise, like, unlike them, I'm building a lot of villagers and stuff like that. But I'm gonna run into a problem soon, which I'll let you guys see. Because it's in my opinion, a pretty obvious problem. Now, I'm still building stuff. I started building archery ranges up here. This right here is classified as unbuildable, so I couldn't build my archery ranges on there. I built 2 to start also, just due to, like, hey, people coming in attacking me, I'll just crush them. Scout cav is again roaming through my territory. Now I have my scout cav has gone into their territory and is booking it up here because I thought maybe he's directly across from me, so I thought maybe he's right around here because I'm right here, so I figured, hey, let's check up here. And he's coming up, and I'm like, oh, well, there's a building of his. I mean, I didn't notice it at the time because I just sent him up. But here's where I ran into the problem. I built a villager, and then all of a sudden I noticed there's flashing. And so I can't produce any more villagers and get them to work for me, which is not a good thing. Because you don't want this to happen. You don't want it to say that, oh, by the way, you need to build more houses so you can get more villagers. And I didn't even notice it for a bit as well, as you can tell. Like, there's no reaction on my part. Like, I built a bunch of houses here afterwards, and you can see it's nothing. Haven't planned anything, didn't even realize at this point that I'm still missing that. I just noticed actually at this point, and so I was sending my scout cav through here because I knew they were in the castle age at this point. And so I found their castle, to which I ran towards it by accident, and then I ran away. I guess see more of what they have though, so they still have not seen me at this point really. Like they've seen almost my entire base. Don't know that I've got archery ranges, however. They'll probably be finding that soon enough. He's ahead of me in score due to the fact he's in the castle age. If I was in the castle age, he'd be behind me. I'm just all around more advanced, in my opinion, anyway. So we'll head back to me. So I haven't seen all of him, but I've seen more of him than he's seen of me. I send my scout cav back to guard here, and I just lost the villager who I was gonna have build an outpost, annoyingly, due to the stupidness of some things. So I'm building up my forces again. Basically villagers. I've got a lot of them. I've been building more housing. As you can see, I've got a bunch of houses available. I got bored. Normally what I do is I build a symmetrical, I build a square, basically, that will have all my houses in it whatsoever. I decided against it. It irritated me, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna make my own thing. My forgers have finished forging, so now they're collecting me some food. Now I haven't started collecting these resources over here yet. I will be doing that sooner than later. I believe with this group here, I am building them and they're going to be killing the sheep. I'm not 100% on that, however. So I've got my scout cav out there checking stuff. I've got a villager over here to build the outpost just to spot things. And he's building himself some stone walls so that he can keep my enemy out. So I'll probably wind up curling that eventually. So the AI cav manages to make it out, and then boom, it's walled off. You can't get through anymore. Let's go visit him. So in the end, he did wind up spotting my two archery ranges. As you can see, though, he still has no military. Now, his lucky thing was that he was the Huns. You see, because the Huns don't have to build houses. If the Huns had to build houses, he would have been below me at this point as well, due to he would have had to build houses. And so he wouldn't have had the resources near as quickly, and he would have had that minus resources like I did due to the fact that I had to build houses. Now, at this point, I'm building watchtowers, and I'm checking out here with my scout cav. I didn't like the what's he called? The monk, because the monk was trying to capture my little villager here. So I had him build some towers for defense, just in case I got attacked. Which, I mean, in my opinion, it's going very well. I go around checking things out from time to time. So I'm going to set this one as curl 2. Reason for saying as curl 2 is because that way I can get here easier. Right? Just boom. So at home, still building my villagers. I'm collecting the wood from the sheep now, which he did at the earlier game, which is actually something I should learn how to do. Is just collect the sheep early, because honestly, if I collected the sheep earlier, I could have prevented how I did things. Like if I had just sent in some villagers early game to collect sheep and like kill them and collect all that stuff, that would have advanced me faster, in my opinion, than what wound up happening. Now I'm still in the feudal age. I decided to research Loom at this point because I'm pretty sure I don't even remember what Loom does, but I decided to research it. Anyway, now, interestingly enough, in my blacksmith shop, often when I start playing a new game, I will actually research ranged things. So that's like their armor and their attack, due to my first military forces are usually built out of an archery range, just due to the fact they're cheap. I usually make skirmishers, and then I wait for them to be upgraded to elite skirmishers. Now, what I thought was interesting when I did this, I was like, okay, let's build a wall, because I thought, oh, this is an open spot, because it looks open, right? But I didn't realize nothing was happening at this point. So I still got the villager hanging around here. He's right here, just like, hey, let me through. Because he's not, if you press the period, he doesn't pop up, because he's still classified as doing something. He just can't. And then I come over here and I realize, oh, well, that sucks. That's not even a place. So I start deleting, getting my stone back, because, I mean, I don't want to leave it there. It's just be a waste then. Just be a waste of stone, so I delete it all. And now the villager's not doing anything. And for some reason, which I never quite figured out, he sent his scout cav through there. Yeah, it's very interesting. Now, I still need more houses, so I have my builder out here building me some more houses. Now, you can see I just kind of toss them around. Normally, I do it very pristine, very clean, but against AIs, it doesn't really matter. I decided to plunk it and see how it did. Now, I'm still in the feudal age, where he is very much so in the castle age, and I can actually show you the points. You can see he's much higher than me, point-wise, at this point. Now, annoyingly, again, sending my villagers from place to place to get attacked by wolves all the dang time. It actually really irritates me because on Black Forest, I know there's the most amount of wolves, but I have found that I get attacked almost every single game I play on Black Forest and have many villagers die due to wolves. And it irritates me because, like, what's the point in losing so many villagers if it doesn't do anything? Right? So you just lose more villagers? Like, that's not fun. So, all these guys are done. I'm researching the castle age at this point. And I'm getting a phone call. Just give me a moment. Hello? Which means what? I made a mess? Oh. Okay. I'll be up soon. Well, I gotta go clean up a mess. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna explain what I just did. So I split, there's 6 of the guys, right? I sent 3 of them to cut wood, 3 of them to create more food. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna end the video here, okay? And I'm gonna start it up again because I need to go clean up for my mom. Okay, so I'll be right. And I'm back. So let's finish this video off. So yeah, scores are still pretty deviated. I'm in the Castle Age as well, however, now. So he's not the only one in the Castle Age. The Huns have been doing quite well. As you can see, they've expanded greatly. They have a relic or 2. Yeah, they just have the 1 relic at this point. And they're building themselves some knights and other units. So why not? Meanwhile, I'm derping around back at my home place, building me some villagers, get them to do stuff for me. Kind of just all over the place. I can't remember how much longer until the game actually winds up ending. Yeah, I can't remember. I know I wind up closing in on them sooner than later. Can't remember which one that was though, whether it will be sooner or later. Basically, I'm just gonna chill here, waiting for him to possibly attack me, and build a ton of villagers while I'm at it. Because let's be honest, the biggest disadvantage with the Teutons is the fact that 1, their splashroon is expensive, and 2, they have to build houses. That's the biggest advantage the Hun had on me. If it wasn't the Huns, I think they would have lost, to be honest. Like, if they were the Byzantines, we'll give that as an example, or the Franks. Basically anyone that doesn't have an unlimited number of people, they wouldn't have done near as well. So at this point, I'm starting to build my first castle. No new defenses have been added onto my frontal defense. Nothing really else has been going on back here. I do have a shrine, have a monastery built, and I'm building a monk. But at this point, I don't think I've seen. Maybe I have. No, at this point, I don't even know where any relics are. I haven't seen any yet. So I'm building the monk a little bit prematurely. But that didn't really matter to me. I just wanted to have that built. So the Huns are doing much better than me score-wise. However, in my opinion, I just closed him compared to my last one, but I've also been spending more resources than them, because if we go over to the Huns, they've got more people, but there's not near as many of that as villagers. Most of it's actually military units, to which I have just about 0. Now, in theory, if I wanted to, I could attack them. However, I didn't want to attack him at this point. I felt it would be expensive, basically saying, if I decided to come out and attack him. I was like, I haven't really seen him. Like, you can see how much I've seen of him. Like, it's much more advanced than that. I'm kind of like, I don't really want to do battle with him at this point, especially when he's about 800 points ahead of me. Not really the best of ideas. Especially how this has been going. Now, I do have 50 people. I do believe all 50 of them are villagers, or 49 of them are villagers, and there's the one soldier dude. I do believe I start upgrading my outer defenses soon. I can't remember exactly when I start doing that, but it should be relative to the present. Just doing that. So I'm just building houses back here and basically anywhere I can, because that way I've got more stuff. Excuse me. Now, if I remember correctly, what is it that I still have to do here? Can't remember. In my opinion, if I recall correctly, I start building defensively. I mean, I normally build defensively, but like, I'm correct. Like, I prepare my defenses to the extreme. Now, I know they haven't attacked yet. I know they're going to attack soon, however, at this point in the game. Just due to the facts, like, okay, we're both in the castle age, yes. But I understand this style of AI, and I know that they will more than likely attack soon. And I could turn Fog of War off, which I think I will actually do, so you can see the entire map now. I know the AI is well enough, due to other AIs, that they have a tendency for attacking prematurely, in my opinion, due to the fact they'll attack you with not enough numbers, and it won't help them too much. As you can see, however, when you look at this overall map, this is the closest gap you come between mine and his places, other than over here. There's a pretty soft spot right here, and this side spot here as well. However, this is the only way from my side to his side, and the other way around as well. which makes it easy for me to defend. I'm researching the Imperial Age. I started before he does. I'm also building another castle. So we'll go to Belda the Hun. So now we're on his side. He's researching it now. You notice he's a third of the way when I am over half the way. So I am much farther ahead when it comes to researching this age. Now, I have no military but the one Scout Cav, where he has a lot of military. Like, he could attack me with 2 units and he would have more military than I do. Now, I, however, have more castles than him, and I could probably build more military faster than him. However, at this point, I'd be willing to say that he would win the military battle. Especially as, like, it's just one Scout Cav that is presently alive and doing anything. Now, I'm also very close to maxing out my population. He's been maxed out since the start. I'm closing in on that. We're 1,000 points difference right now, sadly, which tells me it's like he's doing much better than me. I just caught up a bit because I just did some upgrades, but then I spent other things on more things, so it's kind of been a balancing act. I do increase a little bit faster than I decrease, but it hasn't really been working out too well at this point. I don't think I've spotted it yet. Anyway, so there's this one relic here that I want up collecting. Haven't done that yet because apparently I haven't spotted it yet. However, one thing I find interesting later on just how this winds up working out as a fight and how the two of us duke it out for so long only for it to end very quickly and almost straight up dies. I thought it was kind of amusing. So he's beating me by quite a few points right now, 1,000, pretty much 500. I don't even know how he got so many points. I think, to be honest, you notice how blue is expanding much faster than me. I think it was due to his military, because like you can see he's got a bunch of military. Doesn't really have anything else, just has a big army, which I don't think really helps him out in the end. I notice at this point that I am being attacked, because of course I get the notification that I'm being attacked. However, I have 2 guard towers up here, and they're doing a pretty solid job at guarding against them. In fact, I don't lose a single tower, and I don't even lose this outpost. But they kill all of the enemy cavalry, specifically their cavalry archers, to which I don't like building cavalry archers because 1, I find them inefficient, and 2, I find them very expensive. So in my opinion, it's not worth it to build cavalry archers. They're just gonna die. Anyway, so I've got a couple of extra villagers because I'm off doing things, so I totally neglected to realize that those guys were not so free at that point. So I've lost my Scout Cav, so I literally, and of course I built up a bunch of these guys, and I built up some more defenses, meaning I've got 5 archery ranges instead of the originals. Sending some more guys to build stuff. That guy's actually building a farm. That guy's building my last house, which is good. Now I sent out these guys, in my opinion, perhaps a little bit early. I wanted them out here just in case I do get attacked. and they break through the wall, because like it's got 2 towers, and I don't think it's fortified at this point. Oh, it is fortified. So it's like there's 2 guard towers guarding that. They're not even keeps at this point. Yeah, they're just guard towers. So, and he's got a much higher score, 6,500 to my 5,000, or 6,500 to my 5,100. So I'm kind of much lower than him at this point, and like the fact I've got 75 people, where he's got 136, that's probably has to definitely support the largeness of him in comparison. Yeah. Now I'm kind of playing a dangerous game with this AI. Same time, not so much. Most people, when they play against this style of AI, crush them very early on. If he wasn't the Huns, I would be much farther ahead of him, other than the vice versa, just due to having 300 people right off the get-go. Because if I had 300 people right off the get-go, I would be way ahead as well. I think I'd be ahead of him, actually, because I would just pump out the villagers I need right off the bat, get them collecting food. I wouldn't get them to collect wood, because they wouldn't need it. Right? You don't have to build houses then. Just boom, 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 be done so quickly. So in the end, this area really becomes Death Alley, because like let's just look at this for a second. Oh, that doesn't work. You have a wall, you have towers guarding it, then you have this very close line. You could just set a good strong unit here and hold it off almost indefinitely, unless they've got good siege weapons to deal with it. Like it's simple. The idea behind it's even simpler. It's just very easy to take places out. Now, I wanted to increase the speed of which my guys could collect stuff, because in case, well, obviously you can't see it, but at that point, up until I hit the Imperial Age, I had only the loom was unlocked for my villagers. I didn't have hand carts, I didn't have the second version, so I couldn't carry all the resources I can now. So basically my production has gone up exponentially. And if you look with my stats, he's 1,500 points, or 1,700 points ahead, but you can see that I'm raising steadily, with also purchasing more villagers and stuff like that. Now, I still don't really have an armed force, just these like 10 guys or so. 2, 4, 6, 12. I have 14 guys, 14 military units right now, plus my single monk, I believe is presently walking. Yeah, I noticed the thingamajigger here, and my monk is collecting it now. Now I also decided, hey, last ditch effort, I will build a town center all the way up here in the middle of nowhere, because you notice that's the entrance. So if they came in, they'd come in and they'd stream down that way and stream out this way, and they'd crush all this eventually, potentially. After just taking out all this area, they'd eventually make it here, which at that point I could have strung on a force, and I could have moved out this way even and attacked them on their unawares. Now, I do believe soon that I do actually start to upgrade my defenses over here. I haven't done that yet, apparently. I don't know why I haven't done that yet, because to be honest, I feel that is a necessity. Because unlike most AIs, I am a defensive player. In fact, I've actually beat several modern AIs where military is the only way to win. by spring with them. Anyway, so I built a bunch of monks because I had the gold. I had Elite Tuken Knights. What else do you need? So I was like, hey, with this, that will make me like 12 monks, which honestly, that's pretty OP. Because if they're all grouped together, only one of them has to regenerate their thing rather than everyone. So, if you have that unlocked already, to which I do. So, yeah. As you can see, I'm producing stuff pretty quickly. I have a ton of farms going on. I've got lots of everything, 5 elite skirmishers at a time right now. I do believe eventually I get 6. Still haven't built any more defenses on my outer wall, disappointingly enough. However, I haven't really had to worry, because like the AI hasn't really been attacking. Because like, if you notice, like cavalry archers are still over here. But I recall cavalry archers are very expensive. Because I remember there was gold and food, and it was not cheap of either one of those. But like I'm still far below him, point score wise, right? Like I'm 1,800 now, approximately 1,700 more like, from his score, which tells me that I'm not doing the best at this point. He's building a lot of weaker, like he's building a lot of troop building things. So you see all the horses and the archers and the other things. To be honest, I could have played smarter at this point, and I could have totally crushed him. I didn't. I didn't play smart. I totally should have, because what I could have done is build a bunch of splash damage siege weapons and just every guy he sends out, just squish him. I didn't do that. So I am waiting for. I think I built a new guy in here. I think. I can't remember. There should be something going on over here soon, though. I think. Or did I just start building defenses over here? Here we go. I started upgrading my outer defense because I felt that it was required. Like I needed to bring up my defensive capabilities, because 2 towers, though yes now, as you noticed, then you just upgrade, they're now keeps, so they're much more powerful with much more attack, especially because I got +2 attack for them. I also have got +2 range, so they're very powerful for attack, very powerful range-wise. It's just overpowered. But that's not the important thing. This is a deciding factor up here. I decided, hey, let's build a wonder. Because it's like, I'm already out here, no one's going to attack. Like, if I built a wonder and didn't defend, didn't build any military soldiers whatsoever, I could defend this area indefinitely. Because, I didn't think that he could build an army, crush that, take out all this, and find here in time to defeat it. Now, I can't remember exactly if they appear on the map as a computer. I don't think they do, but I'll be able to find that out when I've completed it. I built a ton of monks. A bunch of them. I do believe I create more in the future as well. So there's really... It's not a lot of troops. I did increase these guys quite a bit. And see, there's just went from 14 of them to about 30 something of them. And I'm building more towers so I can kill them faster. So as you can see, their soldiers are dying faster. And sadly, the monk left range right as I shot at him. But he's coming back, which is bonus for me because I target him instead of targeting the buildings. I target him because it's just like kill him, right? So I've got one potion at him. It kills him, and then I've got the four others, or the four of them now, are just shooting at all the troops to come close to the wall, because Halberdiers was his best choice to attack the walls with, but I don't think he expected such powerful defenses. And as you can see, I send out my skirmishers just to help squish, just to kill some more of them faster, get rid of their army. And to be honest, I wasn't paying much attention to them. I was paying more attention to my home place. Started building some more infantry, some more of those weak skirmishers. I mean, they are elite skirmishers, let's not get that wrong. They are pretty powerful for being a terrible unit. You know, let's look at their stats. 35 HP, just put anything, kill them. Now, he does have 6 attack, because I gave him +3. Now, he normally has no armor, but I got him +3 / +4, so that's pierce, I think. I can't remember how the armor works, because one's pierce armor and the other one's something else. Either way, he gets plus armor. And he's got +2 range, so he's got even more range, which is great. And I have ballistics researched at this point as well, meaning that their accuracy is increased as well. So they have a much higher probability of hitting an opponent than they used to. Now I also decided that since I had the stone to build me a bunch of towers out here, just kind of toss them around. I want to defend. Should I have been attacked, I want to just have a quick, easy defensive force being able to be popped out. So I got my bunks popped out and ready to go. Haven't really built any. I got a bunch of skirmishers down here. And I was like, hey, let's spread them out and send them out. So that's what I did. Now, these guys are not going to do battle like the unit that's out here. These guys. The other guys are actually just going to hang there and keep eye on my opponents. Now, what I think is really great is these guys, for some reason, are very cavalry based, which means they have spent an absurd amount of gold on this. Now, what I could have done if I didn't build the wonder is I could have countered them by merely using cheap units, and eventually, meaning making pikemen and skirmishers, killed off their cavalry. And after killing off the cavalry completely, they would not have had the funds to continue the war, because they would have spent it all on their horses. So if they're sitting there without cavalry, I could just crush them. Now, what started happening, so I realized at this point, is that, oh, they've got themselves a trebuchet, which sucks, because I had nothing to counter it, and to be honest, I actually wasn't looking to counter it either. So I'm going to curl this one as 2, because this one winds up breaking. But basically, like, he brought a siege weapon in range. Like, he's been making a bunch of stupid moves, like bringing a mongrel in range, all of his his cavalry units that are in range. Like, he's just wasting money. Like, what I would have done is I would have built 2 trebuchets and just would have sat there pagan. Yeah, I would have destroyed every single one of the towers, but I would have selected one at a time. You see, he got bored and he's like, I'm going to send forth my cavalry and just have them die. Right? Sends in his horsemen, they all get slaughtered, obviously. Now, I've got a feeling, because I can't see it from their side, I think might have lost the fortified wall. That was behind these 2 guys. I think I might have. I'm not entirely sure, because I can't see that. At this point, anyway, I can't see that. But it seemed like their horsemen were attacking it, so yeah. Now, my wonder isn't done yet, but you can see the scores have become much closer, right? Like, I'm not winning, not yet, but I've come within 800 points, whereas before he started attacking, I was a couple thousand points away. So it seems to me that, oh, I'm actually going to win this. Now, he's still attacking my outskirts, brings in any new units, they get killed, obviously. I don't put up with them, but, I mean, I don't really have that many men. I did build some Toucan Knights. They're my specialty unit. They are the best defensive unit in the game, in my opinion. I know that the Byzantines are the defensive nation, but it's just the Toucans. You build a force of 15, you can crush 300 men easily. Now, the problem with building a force of 15 and crushing 300 easily is that they're slow. So if your opponent's smart, build a couple siege weapons and you've crushed yourself the Toucans. But, however, if your siege weapon gets hit by the Toucans, it's gonna die almost instantaneously. But as you can see, my score has grown closer and closer. It's about 500 away now from them. And I still haven't finished this, but as you can see, I got a bunch of villagers. 49% done. 50 actually. Lots of everything. I've built some more monks from my monastery. I've got a couple of workers who aren't doing anything at this point, which they will be doing something soon. And I just realized that those guys both died. So I've got no towers left here, so I will curl the wall, because that way I can actually get here with the curl 1. So, as you can see, there's a lot of cavalry, and my skirmishers are not doing the best, and they've got a siege weapon now, which is going to kill them relatively quickly, due to their close proximity to one another, and it's just not good news. I'm still dealing a decent amount of damage. The cavalry is stronger than skirmishers, however, because these are expensive units, so obviously they've got good defense. They do slowly die, however. I do kill quite a few of them before they come through. This becomes a bloodbath, really, because they can only put one unit through here at a time. So if one unit turns around, she's stuck. Now you can see that he's got 1,000 over me now, due to this, but I feel that I'm pretty set. I really want to defend better, so I sent forth these guys. They don't go in, they kind of just chill, and their goal was to kill just about everyone they can. I decided I'd try to stop them, doing things my own way. I started building a wall. If I could have finished the wall, however, before they really got anywhere, I would have done much better in my opinion, because I've got all these towers behind it. All the skirmishers, could have spread them out a bit. I could have doubled up the wall relatively easily for just about no cost. Now this is getting close to getting done, 75%. Still a little bit wary, because I'm not liking it too much. Now I do send my Toucans. They aren't really going to battle at this point. They're just kind of like, we're just going to chill. If I remember correctly, I had them chill. No, apparently I didn't have them chill. They're on aggro, so spot an enemy, kill it. And I just sent them in, apparently. So as you can see, my guys just kind of get in there, and it's honestly funny, because people are always just like, oh, Toucan Knights are so weak, but, like, you can watch here is the Toucan Knight. You can see the group of Toucan Knights. That's how many I sent in, and they are here for a good 5-10 minutes, just bashing it out. One by one they die, but it's a very long one by one. So let's check the Huns. The Huns have like no military back here anymore. I mean, they still have small groups, but like you can see where their army is. It's all trying to break through and attack me, which I mean is working. But they make a really bad decision in bringing the siege weapon up this far. As you can see, I got a couple toucans up here. I have a couple toucans. And so you see that there's a couple units that just go and swat the living snot out of the trebuchet. Soon enough anyway, but like, we'll go back to myself. Look at how many toucans are still left. That was on screen. There's a little bit more up here. Just look at them. They're just crushing. And then my skirmishers come up in their wake, and you can see it's like this was just the killing grounds. The skirmishers, the Toucanites are dying relatively quickly at this point, just due to the fact they've been fighting for a while. And actually, interestingly enough, if you think about it, they were right here. Right, you can see they're dead, and that's okay size. Like, I would even be willing to say small size group of Toucanites push them all the way back up to here. This is, well, I guess you got the one guy all the way up here, but like their forces are pushed back and killed up until this point before they can even get a siege weapon that's strong against Toucans in to deal with the Toucans, which at this point there's 5 or 6 left and they're still going strong. Now, what I've also been doing in the background, however, I built a couple more Toucanites. I built a bunch more skirmishers. If I come down here, however, I've got a bunch of, I've built some more of the monks. So let's go up here. I have finished building my wonder, and now all the guys are going to be building somewhat of a wall. I kind of want to see what Fog of War looks like, because I already know what it looks like for me, because there's that blue blob. But for Buddha, does he even see this? Oh, he does. Wait a second, does he have... No, he doesn't have that. So it turns out, surprise, these appear on the map, so he can tell that I've got a wonder. Which means he can tell that he's going to lose unless he kills me. And takes the wonder. So as you can see, they eventually increase the size of the hole. My toucans are dead. My skirmishers, I've got way more of them now back here. But like you saw earlier, like these cavalry are pretty strong, even against my mass numbers. So I'm building some more skirmishers, and soon I will decide to move where they are kept. I do have some Toucanites as well. They're really just a reserve unit, to be honest, because it's what I mainly use them for. Now, as you can see, my wonder is 172, 171 years, and I believe, if I don't think I'm right, I used to think that was a minute basis, but it seems to be like every 10 seconds is a year. So you have to live 160, or well, I guess it's 200 years at the beginning, so you have to live 2,000 seconds. Which really, when you think about it, isn't the hardest thing, but when you also think about it, 2,000 seconds divided by 60 is almost an hour. I'm right. I need to check that actually. I haven't done mental math in a while. Let's find out. Okay. So it's about 33, 34 minutes that you have to defend and survive while you're doing that. Which, I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world when you got Toucans, in my opinion. So I sent out a second group of Toucanites, much smaller than the last group, because the last group probably went up to about here in comparison with numbers. So just a couple more in the last group, but I'm starting to build a lot of elite skirmishers, and I'm just pumping them out. many as I can get. I do believe sooner than later I do wind up building another archery range in order to increase the number of them that I can bring out. Now you can see I never pushed them back this far again. Now if I had been smart earlier, I should have built some Mongrels so that when they start attacking like this, just smuck them. Because like my Toucan Knights could hold them in here, okay? Like they could just stand here and take all the damage while my Mongrels just smash this group. Because these guys aren't moving, right? There's a lot of guys here that just aren't moving. So I should have done that. Now, what I think is interesting, however, is when you look at the score, I am now winning. He was winning before. I'm beating him by 600 points in comparison. To be honest, the Toucan Knights are really the game changer in this game. They really just did whatever they wanted, and in doing so, they actually are powerful enough to get away with it. So that was good for me. I think at this point they are starting to attack these walls out here. Yeah, they're doing a bit of an attack on some of these walls. They want to increase. They want to make it so they can get through easier. So this place is very peaceful at this point. These guys are all chopping down trees, which I didn't want them to do, because I was recently building lumber mills to protect this, because this was walled off pretty much. Yeah, not anymore. So as you can see, they are slowly making headway. I am producing a ton of forces, but it seems from my point of view that they're starting to run out of resources. Or, not run out of resources, but they're starting to get lower and lower on gold. I didn't realize that they were this low on gold. Like, 10 gold is not a lot. So, like, he's running out of food, he's running out of wood, he's running out of gold, running out of stone. Barely can produce any more troops, I don't think. Let's check. Yeah, he's got nothing going on the archer ranges at the barracks is over there. He's got one hussar in there. Yeah, see, he's just about out of troops. Like he almost doesn't have enough to produce an army anymore, which I think is kind of funny. So he still has some production, right? Still producing some stuff, but like you can see, his army is stuck and it's dying in here slowly. Like it's not dying as fast as I would like, but like I didn't realize that he had such little resources. Like if I could have seen how many resources he had, I would be tempted in getting him to, like, I would be tempted to continue fighting him, though. I did win because I built a wonder. So I'm still holding off strong. 111 years to go. Got a bunch of Toucan Knights and some skirmishers. I also decided to build some more defensive. Now there's no more stone on the map, if I recall correctly. Or at least stone that I can get to. There is stone in his territory because AIs are retarded. Do excuse that. They're not actually retarded, but they are not very smart when it comes to collecting mineable resources. Like usually, I'll come in after taking out part of an AI, and all of his resources will still be standing, which is kind of sad when you think about it. So the AI is still slowly coming forward. His real advantage is just straight numbers. Like I've got 178 units, and most of those are, I'd say, a third of those are villagers. And you look at his, he's got 220. So he's got more men than me. I'd say I'm doing a much better job at defending than he is, because I'm the one who's being attacked, for one. And two, I mean, if you look over here, there's a lot of guys coming in. So, I built another one of these at this point. Yeah, I've built another two actually. So I've got two more. archery ranges, and so I'm not actually sending them in to attack like I used to. I used to send them up to here. I'm just pumping them here, putting them on aggro. Enemy comes in, they charge after him, and I don't really care otherwise. Now at this point, he's should be becoming very desperate. There's 86 years left, so he's got 850 seconds left to beat me. I started building a wall between my castles to help guard him. Still building tons of skirmishers. He's kind of making it through, kind of not. Let's come up here then. Let's just look at this map. You can see he's trying to break it through. He's bringing his battering rams. Well, the one's called capped rams. I got my elite Tukka Knights marching in. I wanted to slow them down, kill off a bunch of units as I can. I'm ahead of him by 2,000 points now, unlike just like he was to me. I do notice that it's got a couple units going around the side here, which I don't want, because if he manages, like, he could just go straight down the side and attack me from the inside, which I was actually surprised, to be honest. If I was this AI, that would have been my first reaction when I broke through and got to this point. I would have taken a group of my heavy cavalry and just sent it straight up the side, past the towers, into the bottom of the base, because in my opinion, I could not have defended very well against that. I could have. I probably would just grabbed a bunch of villagers and beat the snot out of them. But he would have had the numbers advantage on me. Or I would have the number advantage on him. That's all I would have had. He didn't do that. He just kind of left it. And so, in doing so, I was able to pull off this once again with my Elite Tukka Knights. If it was not for the Elite Teutonic Knights, I would have fallen a long time ago. Just every once in a while saying out a crew and being able to push him back past this line here, where I was trying to build this wall, and being able to do it several times is hilarious. Meanwhile, just slaughtering his forces. Like, I sent up my elite skirmishers to support my Elite Tukka Knights. Resource-wise, you can see I'm starting to struggle now. I have 173 units. Look at him. He's got 177. He's got even more struggle for resources than I do. He has less units. I've got more strong units still remaining. In my opinion, I'm even more capable at building strong units than he is, because he spent it all in his cavalry, which has made a dent. I mean, it's gone from there to here, or a little bit behind actually, but he was unable to defeat me in doing so. See, my wonder's got 50 years left, so I've got 50 minutes left, or 500 seconds left on my wonder before he loses. And like, there's, if you look at this, there's no way he's gonna make it past. Like, I get people thinking, oh, well, he could just strike straight out, but the AIs aren't smart enough for that. Like, I'm just defending with units I just pump out. Like, if you look at my skirmishers, they're just getting pumped out. Just every single time I get enough food, I pump out another one, another one, another one, another one. And so I can produce a bunch of them at a very short time period for a very short cost. And so there's no way they're going to take this, because, like, one, they haven't even made it past my second wall, which never got built. Like, if you look, it's got a hole in it. The towers out here are all dead but one. They haven't made it to my third wall yet, which I have been building. 2 castles, a wall, 2 towers, and a siege workshop, as well as some ballistas. Like, that is, like, they're not... At the point that I built this next wall, there was no way they were going to make it to me in time. Like, even if I delayed all my military and let them do whatever floats their boat, in the 280 seconds it would take that they would have left, they would not make it up to the Wonder. Like, they got 27 years left now, 26, and their siege weapons haven't even made it past my block of skirmishers. They're just skirmishing. And I'm building scorpions and having them kill people, and like soon enough, they just done. There's no battle event, disappointingly. I'm also kind of disappointed because this round cost me quite a bit of resources to do. I might actually build a map for this, and it'd be capture the point, that middle point, and I'd probably have it set up differently. I'd have it set up so that the winner gets a certain thing. But see, I don't know why he's doing this. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would you build a town center inside your enemy territory if you're got 13 turns left, or 12 years left, 11 years left? Like, you're not even gonna be able to build a town center with a single villager in that time period. I don't think. Maybe he will. I don't remember if he built this at time period. But like, he's not gonna win. Like, he's getting smucked pretty good, I have to admit. Like, I got a decent sized force. I've got good military men left. Like, I've got more resources than the others too. I just spent a ton on skirmishers. I wanted more skirmishers because you notice there's trooper skirmishers sitting here and they're just killing everything at this point for me. Like, he's not gonna win. He's got 2 years left. He's lost. That's just the way I felt because, like, if you look at this, it's only getting this town center built before the time's gonna be up. Ta-da, time's up. You lose. Couldn't make it. So, I mean, it's kind of sad. They couldn't defeat me. Now, what I didn't notice, however, is how got a blue thing down here. Oh, it's just a mining camp. So no one was even down here. They just set that up. It's like I built a wall. Like, there was the one way in to my main base was right through there. There was a side hole right behind my archery ranges, but you'd have to kill my archery ranges, which would be pumping out skirmishers. So he never had a chance at winning. So if you can't beat an AI in attack, which I totally could have, because let's look at his. Oh, I'm looking at him right now. He doesn't have much food, doesn't have much gold. I have less food, but I've got way more gold. And I haven't used any of my monks yet. I've got a bunch of monks available for me to do battle with. Anyway, if you can't beat an AI through strength, like military strength, build a wonder and hold them off until 1, it's built, and 2, that its time's done. You'll win every time. So let's quit the game. Yes, and it should show me the stats. Here's the stats. Look at the military. I won military by 1,200, which was surprising to me because I thought he would crush the military. Economy, I lost by a bit, which actually surprised me. I thought I was crushing the economy. Tech, I beat him by almost 1,000. Society, beat him by a lot. I killed 521 units, lost 491. As you can tell that he only killed that many, that means I actually killed my own units. I raised no buildings because I didn't attack him. He converted 3 units. What I think is fun though is that they committed suicide upon that. My largest army was 114 men, however, and his was 244. If you think about it, when his 244 man army started attacking me, he should have been crushing me, but my smaller but more powerful army held them off in time. He collected more food, I collected more wood and stone, he collected more gold, not a big deal. Tech, he beat me into both ages, like this one, 2-minute difference, 25-minute difference, which I think is funny. But think about it, 15-minute difference, and I beat him by a minute, almost 2 minutes actually. So I went from losing by 15 to beating him by 2. What I think is interesting is when you think about it, normally a person who gets first in the feudal age gets first in the Castle Age, gets first in the Imperial Age. But I beat him into the Imperial Age. He explored 19% more map. I crushed them research-wise. Society, I built more wonders, more castles. He captured 2 relics, which is disappointing for me. Obviously, that way he got more gold. I had 79 villagers the entire game. Both of us survived to finish in this timeline. Anyway, so that was my game. Feel free to like and subscribe, and please comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of it. Because, to be honest, I don't know if you guys want me to do more of these, because I will. It's just a question of whether or not you enjoy them or not. Anywho, I'm going to let you guys go. Talk to you guys again next